So, now we should be visible and audible on the stream. Welcome, everybody.
Hello!
Hello!
If you ever listen to Sweden Rolls, I don't know whether you know that podcast, they always start laughing.
Oh, okay.
Not sure whether that's a good idea, but they basically, all the recording, every single one, they start laughing. I think that's to get into the mood. But anyway, let's see whether we have a laughing matter today. We are in the Kezankian mountains, in a desert, a bit like the picture. You are in a ruined city. You have just freed some Zuigar Rebels who have been held prisoner there. Mainly women and children, not exclusively, but who can tell me who they were being held captive by and who you had to fight to free these people?
Followers of Hanuman.
Followers of Hanuman. And who's Hanuman?
The ape god.
The ape god.
Ape god.
And these followers are kind of half ape, half human?
Yeah, these are big apes, which you have heard of, but they are roaming around in the Kezankian mountains anyway. Wild apes, strong beasts. But these actually, some of them at least, were carrying weapons and were partially clothed. How could that be? What have you found out so far? Or what are you
I wrote down notes, and I remember you mentioning that there was a breeding program that Namela had mentioned.
Namela, yeah?
Namela
is one of the people who had escaped and who had fetched you to help her people. And yeah, she had mentioned that the leader of the apes, who's currently absent, currently somewhere else, had decided that they should have a breeding program with humans. So the question is, why would they have such sinister things?
There's something strange here, isn't it? There's supposed to be some artifact of great power, and I wonder whether that's somehow connected to why they're doing what they're doing.
The captives you had freed also told you that there was a temple a bit further into the ruined city, where an old man was being held, and you reckon that might have something to do with this. So
yeah.
We will pick
and the man was not part of the rebel faction. Like he was like an extern.
No, he was there beforehand. Yes, yeah. That's right. I mean, we can't do a whole rewind why you're here in the first place, but if people want to know that, they can watch the first episode. So let's not do all that.
Now, there is a Zambula, is there not?
Zambula is a city. In Zambula,
Yes.
the city of Zambula, which is not too far away from here. It depends which map you look at, because different versions of the game have very different maps. It is a place where the Order of Hanuman, or the cult of Hanuman, is actually present, and where it's linked to some dark cannibalistic rites as well. And
yes.
All sorts. Our law expert sort of nods. I hope I got this right. Welcome, anyway. Quick reminder, we are all still learning this game. We are not looking to make a huge sort of effort like some other shows to have scripted encounters and lots of acting. We are just having some fun together. We're playing together, and you're welcome to watch our round. And if you want to leave us a follow or a like or a comment, we are very, very happy about it. But yeah, don't expect us to break out Oscar-winning performance. Good. So, one of you went into this place where the captives were held. Who was it? Who had gone into it?
Prius and Shira.
Are we talking about the temple where we more or less rescued the first batch of rebels? Okay, yeah, I think that was me and Shira.
He could be all
I
of
didn't
you,
know
I don't
anything.
mind. I think Krios was actually holding watch somewhere else.
Oh, maybe,
I
yes.
was holding watch.
Yeah.
So one of the people you see at the back is somebody who's just waking up from being very groggy and knocked out, and that is your own very own friend Septimus.
How did he get here?
How did we not notice him missing?
Where are we? Last I remember, there was a tavern. There was probably too much drink.
I was wondering where you got to.
Yeah.
Abducted by 8 people.
Yeah. It's been hazy.
Now, this is not a story device other than we are reintegrating a player who missed a session. That's all. And we are actually also missing another player who went wandering off into the desert. You're not quite sure where. So,
reading a book.
That's it. He's reading a book. He's reading a good book. Didn't pay attention where he was. So we are back in the city. You have just freed a good 15 or so rebels, captives, and they are huddled together and they're looking at you with big eyes and looking at Namila. Namila is making some plans. What should they be doing? What do you think?
I think last time we decided that we want them to stay where they are at the moment, because we are not sure where the rest of the 8 people and the remaining prisoners are.
Mm-hmm. So you
if this is still up to date.
Stay here, and you will scout the rest of the city and see what happens. Let's get going then.
Are there any weapons from the captors that I could take?
Can I make it really easy on myself? So after looking around for a few minutes, you do find where they stacked your kit.
Okay. Let me get my kit on, and I'll go with you.
No.
And we had an encounter, didn't we?
You had a little fight when you went back out, trying to scout this out. There was a short skirmish, let's put it that way. You didn't actually give them much of a chance, especially Durzo. And
we didn't break sweat, did we, really?
I did.
Not really.
I took a wound.
Yeah. I hope.
Yeah, I think it had some wounds.
That's fair.
I think JR took one too.
Yeah. Okay. You broke a little bit of a sweat, but it wasn't as challenging as I'd hoped. Anyway, you are here now, and you have just told them to stay inside. I believe that you had actually invested some rolling and so on in convincing them to stay. They trust you in them. But you have the feeling that if there's any more trouble, or if anything else will scare them, they'll probably start wandering off or running away. So you have sort of convinced Namila to hang on back a little bit in the interest of the safety of her people, but they might start moving before you tell them to. Just so you know. So, what's next? You are starting to scout this place out. Do you just want to scout?
Did we already learn in which direction the rest of the rebels are?
Yes, Namila can tell you that they are sort of halfway around the old rampart in an old barracks building. That's where they're.
We should go rescue them.
Yeah. Let's head out.
Go to where this old man is, don't we?
The old man is a bit further into the city center, into the old city center. So you just tell me where you want to go first. We'll make it happen.
Sure. Shall we rescue the next batch then, and then maybe bring them all back here and keep them all together?
Is this
sounds like a good idea? And at least if the worst happens, they can get out.
Yeah.
No. Anybody remember the time of day? I think it must be evening or something.
It's evening.
Pretty sure. I haven't got my clock module loaded on this one. So, you sneak around this town a little further. Using the last of the daylight and the dusky light to move around so you don't have to have open flame, because that probably would give you away. And you follow the directions. See in the middle distance, sort of built into the old city wall, a crumbled building that has all its windows barred and a couple of doors sort of blocked with wooden arrangements. Like, it really is a door, but it's not hinged or anything. It's just basically board, and then there are some bars against it to hold them in. And that, you reckon, must be the building. But you also, somebody wants to scout ahead. They can do me a little, what's it called in this game? Observation. Yesterday in Dragonbane it was observation. Was awareness.
Observation. I'm happy to scout ahead. I think that there's two of us that are good at scouting now.
Yeah.
I know you've got two.
Prius, you can go.
Okay.
Or you can do dynamic duo.
How much momentum have we got? Because it's marked as 6. Is it still that much?
I'm going to just take one away for being end of scene.
Yeah. Okay. I will use a couple of momentum because That to probably generate money.
Yes. So 4 successes, 3 momentum. Pretty good. You do see that there are a couple of these ape men guarding the place, and you reckon that a bit further away there is a fire lit. It's another thing you wouldn't expect these people to do. Light a fire, but against the desert cold, maybe that's what they do overnight. So you reckon there must be another group within shouting distance. 2 by the door or by the barred door, and then there must be some further away.
Okay, I will sneak back and update the others and let them know. Yeah, there's a group of them up there. They're gathered around the fire, but there could be more. We could surround them, then catch them by surprise. Should be an easy victory if we do that.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yep.
So you want to surround the people in the camp or the 2 guards?
The guards.
The guards.
All right.
Can we see what is the most likely route for the people in the camp to come to rescue, to help the guards?
Yes, you can see the route. There's a pretty
Okay.
clear route where they would have to come through.
So that we can try and set an ambush if we think they've made noise.
Yeah, that's fine.
With that in mind, is it worth myself and sorry, let me pronounce your name right?
Shira.
Yeah, Shira, to move ahead and guard the road, because there's only 2 guards, and I'm sure the 2 of you will easily deal with them.
Sounds good.
Look
Let's
at
do
the
it.
tactics, like an old group here. No? Well
Like
honed
it.
skills and cooperation. Very good. So, Shira and Theos, you go to basically this alleyway that any additional opponents would have to come. Whereas the other 2 are looking at those guards in the dusky
Right.
light. You have not been spotted yet, but you're too far away to attack yet. So,
Shall we sneak? Let's go.
Yeah.
Heft my axe, ready
you,
my shield, and I'm going to creep towards them.
I let you each do a sneak roll.
There we
Okay.
go.
Make
I'm
it
not
difficult.
great
Plenty
at
of momentum.
stealth.
I will make it difficulty 2.
Oof.
Because basically they are pretty much with their almost with their back against the wall, and you basically have to somehow get to them. Maybe you want to go over the roofs or the old crumbling walls, but that also would be difficult.
I'm going to. We have 3 momentum left.
There's 6.
6 now. 6
Yeah.
now.
Oh, 6, because you generated a
He
lot.
just
Extra.
regenerated some. He does that all the time.
I'm going to go ahead and use 2.
Yeah.
So you want to?
I will do the same, basically, yeah.
All right, let's see. All right.
Otherwise, I'm not stealthy.
So how many successes is that? 2.
I got
All
I
right.
got 2 successes.
I will just have a quick look
Oof.
what their sort of
3.
awareness is, their senses. So 3 successes and 2 successes. Let's see what they roll. Dum-dum-dum. They only get 2 successes. So, you get close enough. Certainly, who had the better success? Durzo. You definitely
Durzo
get
did.
close enough. Septimus, you're a bit hesitant because you think that they might be able to see you. So Durzo is in striking distance before you are. You are still a couple of meters away. Do you want to wait, Durzo, or do you want to attack and see what happens?
Like I imagine it's basically we are both sneaking up from opposed side toward him, ready to simultaneously slit some throats. So I will wait until Septimus is in position.
Okay. We'll just give them another census roll. What happens? I should have actually dragged them on the scene, and then I wouldn't have to dive through my menus again. So, census roll. Okay. No, you wait, and they don't spot any more of you. So you can now do a ambush strike, and to be honest, unless you really roll a complication, I'm just going to roll that 1 strike is in. Because I know that.
Okay.
All right. Go back to belongings. Hit him with my axe.
But if you have a complication, you're going to make noise. And possibly one of them will survive.
You're tempting fate there, aren't you, Fang?
Yeah.
Of course I am. That's what my business, right? As GM. Tempting fate.
That is your job.
That looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you both have...
Oh, wait, I didn't...
You didn't roll attack yet.
I hit the button as the Kopesh thing came up and it didn't...
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
That's all right.
it's going away. I see. I know what's happening.
You can just
There.
click it in the chat card. You should be able to just...
Yeah, it pops up in another window. There we go. Oh, no.
Complication.
Oh, well, there we go.
It had to happen.
All the best plans, eh?
Once you call it out, it has to happen. So one of them is down, but the other one, you clatter him, you wound him. What's the damage on that? Roll some damage.
Oh. It went away. Here, let me roll the damage. I can do it here.
I can roll damage if you want.
Where's my damage? Oh, yeah, there we go. Damage.
That's relatively modest, isn't it?
I think I can re-roll one.
Can't you?
You can also reroll all of them for 1 momentum spent.
Yeah, and if you want to. Or 3.
I'll roll 1 because it's actually 6 physical damage. I'll just go ahead and re-roll the 1.
Yeah, re-roll the 1. Go on then.
And it's expensive.
How do we...
Oh, he's very intense.
I'm trying to remember how to do this.
Just click on 1, then right-click and say re-roll selected. Big shout out to Muttley, who's actually programmed this whole system. Yeah, and he's just looking to actually do a dated version of it as well. So you clicked it, right-click, and then re-roll selected. That should come up.
Right-click where?
On the chat card somewhere.
On the...
It's not...
It pops up at the
It's
top
not coming
of the
up
chat
with
card.
anything.
Let me just do that, okay?
Yeah.
There's your reroll, and you get 2 more
so
damage.
8 damage.
So 8 damage, and you have intense, because 8 will be enough for a wound. So actually, you do fell him, you do kill him with that. Because he's only toughened, he's not a nemesis. But he shouts, and you clatter your sword against some of the stones. And at that moment, you hear some grunts and shouts from where this fireplace was. And after you actually... You two... Where are you gone? There, Septimus. You two are over there. Mortis isn't here. I'm going to just eliminate him. And
he can be guarding the others, can't he?
Yeah, exactly. He stays with the others. Yeah. You see, you should be here. You do this much better than I do. So these two are guarding this impasse, but the people coming towards you are not necessarily unwarned. They're not clueless because they heard a shout and a grunt. So, what shall we have? Now, I don't want to make it a huge fight, but I do want to make it a challenge. So, what can I do? Let's see. I'm going to do squads. And I'm going to do 2 of those, and each one of them has a squad of followers. And because you're currently only 2, sorry, the bosses and not bosses look the same, but I know who's...
Have you put us on another map and you haven't shared it?
I haven't pulled you across yet. Actually, yeah, you're right. Might as well use this map. Why not? It looks prettier. I was on the desert scene. So let me see whether on this map we can find a nice little alleyway. So I'm going to position.
Over here, maybe?
There is a bit of a road there,
Septimus. Actually,
Okay.
Septimus was over here with Durzo.
Mm-hmm.
And Rias, you're sort of hidden here. Maybe you're hidden there in the bricks. You can position yourself a little bit. This, where I'm pinging, is where they're going to come from. Bottom, the south, yeah? So we're going to have 2 leaders coming around here. Hey, what's going on? In their ape language. And they each have a little mob of people with them. And I'm going to run them as squads, which means something. Those are not the rules. So,
You roll a lot of dice.
indeed. And I'm going to have 3. Last time you just went through this like something. Like a hot knife through butter. And there's also going to be 3 of these. So, can you see that some of them have a sort of bar next to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are basically 3 of those, and the one without the bar or with an empty bar next to them, they are the leaders. So they're acting together. You've
I
got
see
2 groups.
one ape warrior.
Only one.
And there's one odd one that's up top.
Yeah.
You'll see them when they come for you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. There's a bunch down there near the bottom.
Yeah.
It's the rogue
That's
one
my
that's up top.
problem. I see it now. Yep, that's the one up top is the one I see.
I haven't
And
got any map.
Septimus and I were
visibility.
over here, you said?
Wherever you think you should be about a little. That one is not there. A zone away somewhere. So where you actually had just the barracks gates.
Wherever you want. If you want us over there, okay.
Yeah, put you over there. No way. So these people have just come. These ape men come onto the map, and they are cautiously proceeding and looking around. So you have a chance of free attack if you do a stealth roll and they don't spot you.
I would assume that both me and Shira are using our living shadow.
Yeah.
To remain really
It's
hidden.
just another chance for you to gain more momentum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go on. Stack the odds against me. I don't know.
The stealth roll, did you say, yeah?
Yeah. Just to make sure that whether they spot you as they walk towards you.
Okay.
Unless you want to shoot as soon as they come into sight, and then we don't have to worry about that.
Are we within line of sight of Septimus and Durzo? They will see us, see what we're doing.
Not directly, no. Because they had to sort of sneak around a little bit, and there's too many pillars in the way. But they will hear you. Once this
They'll hear
fight
us, okay.
starts,
They'll hear a
they'll
bowfire going off or something.
Just like you heard them. You heard the shout and you heard the clang.
I'm going to stay stealthy.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I need to switch back to the dice. Have you rolled yet, you guys?
What's the difficulty?
Well, it's imposed roll. So I'm gonna say just
Zero.
normal. Not 0, but
It's
One.
opposed roll. I think let's
they
maybe
roll their
both
senses.
use momentum. I'm going to use 1 point of momentum.
you needed that. 1 success is all you have. Now I'm going to roll for one of these guys for his senses roll. It's just 2d20. Because he's toughened. And it's 1. Now, can anybody remember what you do on a tie? In the post.
I think we
players
use
win,
don't we?
or-
Unless you use Doom. Is that
Unless I
right?
used to.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of Doom. So, okay, I let you win. Time round. I let you win. So you have a chance, you two, if you have a ranged weapon anyway, to attack or basically with surprise. That's probably
Oh,
a
let's-
for that as well. That I don't really
I'll look over Shira and do you have a range weapon?
And I just motion that I've only got daggers. Whip and daggers.
Okay.
You're in the same zone. In theory, you could throw them, but once the dagger is thrown, then you don't have it. And your whip
But
is not long
two-
enough for that.
No.
It's a whip.
I will bow anyway.
You will
This
bow.
is me looking down at the
Ooh.
playmat I made.
Hopefully they'll all come after Creus, and then I'll kind of catch them from behind.
There you go.
So remember, because they are sort of together, stacked up. Yeah. When you shoot them, you normally would hurt one of the minions first, unless you do cold shot. Yeah, which is I think 2 momentum, and then you can actually aim for the leader instead.
We've only got 2 momentum though.
Yeah.
You can always give me Doom. I haven't got a lot.
No, I trust myself because I know I'm quite good with a bow. So I'll use 2 momentum to do a cool shot on the leader. I'm expecting to generate momentum.
Okay.
I have faith in my ability. So I'm going to use momentum. Ooh.
That's a
Oh,
complication.
That's a lot of successes.
3
Three
successes,
successes.
but complication. Of course, one of them, if you don't know the rules yet, anybody watching at some point, the more dice you roll, the more of a chance you have to have a complication as well. So, I think I'm going to say that in your panic, you're shooting a couple of arrows and then you run out of a load.
Oh,
So I'm down to 2 loads now.
Oh, you've got plenty. So, but you can damage this leader. Sorry, did you spend the 2 momentum?
Yes, I did. So
Yeah, he did.
anyway, it doesn't matter. Go on.
yeah, so I suppose I should. So really, 2 of the successes are actually the called shot element rather than the dice. So I only got 1 success on the dice roll. Yeah, I suppose I re-rolled it. I rolled it in the wrong way, didn't I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I
I just don't get.
still would have got 1 success. Okay, so damage. So I've got no momentum. So it's just a straight dice roll.
All in pink. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fine.
Okay, let me just re-roll 1.
Piercing 2.
My accuracy. Oh, no, that didn't help.
Stays at 5 damage and piercing 2 effects, right?
Yes.
No, and you did call shot on him, so he does have a little bit of armor, but you will get. We will only keep 1 out. That's 4, and that means it's not a wound. Ah, I have a chance.
Oh, he's got good armor. What armor does he wear then? Does he wear metal armor?
Now it's thick skinned.
It's more than 2 points. I had 2 effects for my piercing.
Ah, yeah, okay. Never mind. You'll have 5 then.
Oh,
Yeah,
disappointment.
1 wound
And
down.
if he has 5, that means he's got 1 wound. But hey, he can stand 1 wound.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
He's toughened. You can't just put him down that easily. All right, so you have attacked. Jira, what do you want to do? Wait.
Seeing what's happened, I'm gonna throw one of my knives. Or daggers.
Uh-huh. What's the range on that? Close, isn't it? Closest within one zone. You are in the same zone, so strictly speaking.
Yep.
All right. Well, we have no momentum. Do I want to give a doom?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, he hasn't got much doom. He needs a bit.
Exactly.
It'll come. Last time I was sitting on something like 16 before I started spending it. Oh, well. Oh, did you spend a doom or did you spend a fortune there? You spent
I spent a fortune. Yeah, I spent a fortune.
You meant to.
All right.
Yeah, I meant to spend.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a dialogue box saying, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sure. Just
You
make
want to
sure.
use it up at the
Is
start
that
of the
really what
session.
you want to do?
Oh, wow.
I decided that instead of doing the doom, it would be better to guarantee something since he's down
Very good. 3 successes.
and he's the leader.
If you wanted to target the leader, you still have to give me 2 doom. Otherwise, it hits his.
Well, he's got 2 momentum. He can do that.
Can you do that
You
after
add this
you roll?
after the fact?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, fine.
Because you can use momentum for it that you generated on the attack.
Okay, then fine. You can use those.
Thank
for
you,
momentum.
Toby.
You know the
Toby
rules better than
probably
any of us,
knows the
Toby.
rules best out of all of us. Probably because he's got that sort of brain.
I've run it for years.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's
rest of
awesome.
us have only got half a brain.
Yeah.
Well, I do after a long day at work. But actually, Toby, we played some brilliant games with Toby. What was it called? Sword of the Serpentine.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed
Swords of
that.
the Serpentine, right.
Really enjoyed that as well.
Yeah, that was good.
Anyway, let's get on. No, you hit the same leader, yeah? You said take the
Yes,
same
yes,
target, not the
yes.
other one. Okay, then roll me some damage with your thrown dagger. Is this a dagger? Is he flying towards
Yeah,
me?
it's a dragger.
So it was my attempt at Macbeth. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's how you do it.
Unforgiving.
So unforgiving means, remind me, I'll just mouse over and
It
It does mental damage as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
if the target of this attack was affected by an exploit before the attack was made, then you get vicious quality. I don't think that's what we have. Really.
No, there's no exploit before.
What counts as an exploit? Because then
It's a
attacking from a sneak position could be seen as an exploit.
Oh, I just
Because
sit
they
back and
ha-
ask Toby.
Did they discover me or did they discover Prius?
No, they didn't discover you. Is it an exploit?
So technically, no.
C'est la vie.
Sorry.
You have a traitor in the ranks.
That's fair. That's very fair.
You know, sometimes the rules go for you. Sometimes the rules go against you.
Yeah, I just spotted
the question is, did you attack the wounded one or the non-wounded?
He did go for the wounded.
I went for the wounded one.
So 6 damage.
Yeah.
He's got 1 armor. Doesn't help him. Still gets 5, which means he looks down at his chest and says, "Where did this dagger come from?" And keels over theatrically and falls back into the group that he was trying to lead. Actually, no, they look over their shoulder and they get quite angry with you. Because you killed their friend. Oof, he's gone. Well done. That was a pretty good opening round. Now, you hear some grunts and you hear some shouts, the other two. Yeah, but I will not let you act this time around because you're too far away. Or you haven't reacted yet. So, it is now... did I say you get a free attack?
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, dear, that means you're...
If we did our stealth check, it's now start the round.
Again, isn't it?
Unless you use Doom, we go first.
So I'm going to use 1 Doom to let one group, including their leader. For one, I'm going to be mean. Storm forward. And because both of you attacked them, I'll just flip a coin. On a 1, they go for Krios. Otherwise, they go for Shira. Here's a coin. It's a 2. So they zoom towards Shira. They are within the same zone. They don't have to change zone. So they should be able to run towards you and attack you. Now, Toby, just so I get this right. Now, there are a squad. When they attack, they support the leader in his attack, right?
Right.
So how many dice is that?
So, how many people are in the squad? Are there
3.
It's a full 5?
3.
3. So it would be 5 dice. So because the leader gets 2, and then
He gets 3 bonus dice.
if there are 3 minions with them, each of the minions get a die. Yeah.
So 5 dice. And I'll just have to decide which attack he's going to use. And doing it Forbidden Land style. I'm going to roll. Could either bite you, they could also jump at you, or they could claw you, or they could use their knife. So let's see. It is the fall. They're clawing at you. They're so angry at you. But they're clawing at you. So, this is the attack. Ooh, look at 3 extra dice. There you go. A bit scary, this 5 dice attack. But they don't roll very well. Look at that. 5 dice. Fira.
15.
That's because I'm in the
17. process
of intimidating them.
Alec is with you, I would say.
Yeah, really.
That's to make up for Toby before, right?
Yeah.
I suppose so.
The judgment was obviously wrong.
I'm going to put them there. So, that was very lucky. You duck to the side. These are jumping towards you, and you just dance to the side, nimble as you are. Right.
Yeah.
Theos, or the other ones. Now it's your turn, because I'm not going to spend another momentum.
I'm going to momentum, so I'm just going to shoot into the mass to see if I can take some of them down.
The one's close to Shiro.
Yeah. I want to use a load of arrows, though.
You're doing a volley. Okay, volleys are exciting. So I don't think we've ever have used them before. You get an extra d20 on the attack and an extra combat die. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Got it right. It's always nice.
Okay, so here we go. Back. See if I have an option. So I don't have an option on my dice roll, do I, to actually select?
You can select a bonus die.
I can select a bonus die, yeah. I can't select... I'll do it when I roll the damage you'll allow me to do, won't it? Okay, here we go. So there's no momentum, so it's just 3 dice.
That's pretty good.
3 successes. Roll for damage. Bonus dice.
And you said the minions, yeah? The mass.
Yes.
So
yes.
Won't do
I'm hoping by throwing lots of arrows into them, I'll maybe be able to take a couple of them down. So...
So many dice.
So many dice and so little damage.
So I generated 2 momentum, so I'll use 1 momentum to re-roll all these.
Yeah. Go for it.
Roll selected. Oh.
A bit better.
Yeah.
So 9 and 2 piercing. That is pretty sweet. And you have to do them one after the other, right? So not just say 9 and that's it. So the first one gets with a piercing. Yeah, you basically take him down for 5. So that's 1 gun. And the second one,
4.
He's 4. So still 2 people in the mob, but one of them is really weak.
I can't increase the damage by 1, can I? My accuracy, I can't re-roll 1 extra dice, can I? After I've done the re-roll of them all.
You have to just roll 1d6. Yeah, this sort of the 2-stage re-roll is not something that Foundry can do yet. As far as I know. That's 1 damage.
Perfect.
Perfect. Which causes another wound, which means 2 of them go down. So
perfect. Okay.
That was exactly what you were looking for.
Exactly,
you pepper them with arrows. You basically don't look too closely where you're putting them, and luckily you didn't have another complication because Shira was sort of close to your target, but it's all good. Now the other 2.
And I use a load, don't I, of arrows for doing that.
Only have 1 left. Derzo and I'm counting because you hadn't noticed. Derzo and Septimus. Your turn.
Toby, you want to go first?
Sure. So these faint lines, these are the zones on this map?
They are the zones, yeah. These are actually from the geomorphic tiles that you can get for Conan, but I decided to just cut them up and put them on the Foundry tiles.
Okay. I am going to move around the corner to aid Shira.
So you're basically going somewhere like here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to go around the corner, so to stay in the Shira zone. I think that center area is a different zone.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So depending how you count, you're basically 2 zones away. Yeah, or you can, if you go this way, if you go around the top, then you're only changing 1 zone. Yeah,
right, and that would be a minor action so that I can attack. So I come running around the corner and slam into the group with the. I'm going to try to. I'm going to start with the axe.
Oh, I'm going to do this and that.
Yeah,
experienced player.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to try. Let's see. I'm going to start with the attack with the battle axe.
You had that in your hand anyway, so.
Yep. Well, the other one would be was going to be attack with the shield.
Yeah, slam them.
Yeah.
4 and 5 is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
So I got 2 successes. I'm going to again, the little window went away. All right, so I'm going to roll my damage.
Remember in Foundry, any window, if you double click on the title, it will minimize it.
Yeah, it's all right. So let's just roll the damage. I'm going to use one of those momentum for to re-roll.
You don't have to tell me. I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That was pretty obvious.
But again, that right clicking on the red dice in the chat is not doing it.
And then at the top edge of that chat card, I get the re-roll select.
Yeah.
You get that?
Top edge
of your own, above your Septimus little name and portrait.
I just actually go over the highlighted dice and it works.
Yeah, you can right click anywhere there, but where it pops up is at the top of the chart.
Oh.
Nothing.
I'll re-roll it. Hang on.
I mean, I can.
There you go. So, yeah. Oh, yes, that's how you do it. So, no effects, though. 8 physical damage. And
8 physical damage.
Only one of them left. That's enough.
Okay.
So,
that's enough.
how much dismemberment would you like today in this game?
I think she was going to attack as well, remember?
Oh, I was going to tell them to run. I was going to persuade them to run.
Well, he's not going to run very far without a big gashing wound in his right leg.
Yeah.
Left leg.
I'll just stab him.
Just stab him.
Just stab him.
Right. I mean, he's already down, so
So I'll bank that remaining momentum. I think it was just.
that one is already down, so which leaves this.
Oh, no, it was only one momentum.
Yeah, it was only one of the minions left, so you have got the boss left now. Now, if the minion goes down, does any extra damage spill over? The boss? It should.
I'm
right?
not sure if it goes over to the boss, but normally it spills over, yeah?
It spills over. So it was 5, actually 6 without piercing. 6 was enough for him, so 2 spill over. And then he's got 1 armor, so 1 spills over. Better than nothing. Right. So is anybody else still wanting to attack you?
Well, can I get over to this group here?
Ping it for me?
It's technically one zone, but it's also on the other side of the building, so...
I would say that would be major action. Because it looks so far away to me.
Yeah, okay.
And because it's crowded. Or maybe if you do a... what is it called here? It's not called move. What is it called here? Acrobatics? If you manage an acrobatics roll or athletics, then I'll say you manage to sort of parkour over the different rubble bits and so on and still manage.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics?
You can choose whether you do it powering through with strength or whether you're trying to be elegant about it.
Let's be elegant. I'm slightly better at that. No momentum here.
No, it's just a
Oh.
normal.
All right.
I'll let you basically zoom through it because you managed it, but you're not going to get bonus momentum for that.
All right. Yeah, and then I'll whack them with my Khopesh.
Sort of launch
And you will
yourself
be left after this.
from the power, from the top.
Right. I'll just have to quickly check something. Okay, and I'll give you 1 doom to add
thank you.
bonus dice,
Thank you.
which means I get 2 bonus dice with my new talent.
Uh-huh. Doom paid.
Whoa.
Ooh,
All right.
It's a momentum fest today. Oh dear. So,
Oh,
and that's pretty good as well.
Wow.
that's not too bad.
How many
That's
phoenixes?
actually 12.
That's some, yeah.
That's okay.
So much
I guess I'll spend 1 momentum to add an additional vicious 1 to my weapon, which would make this 17 damage.
The game master.
Our hero Durzo.
The game master
And
weeps.
it's intense.
So how many? That's like 4 wounds, 5 wounds. Pity he's not a nemesis. You basically carve through this group of ape men, and they just wish they never got out of bed that morning. What do I have to do to give you a challenge? No, I have something up my sleeve. But that leaves... Everybody has acted, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, Chris.
No.
No, Krios has acted.
Chris is active.
Yeah.
Kira.
Yeah, everyone has acted.
Yeah, I haven't acted.
Okay,
you
go
have
for it.
You did?
But the one in front of me, is down, isn't he?
No.
He is one of the tougher ones, and he's slightly injured, but he's not down.
Ah, I'm gonna slice him.
Oh, I think
With
JR
my
is
dagger.
watching us today. Hello, JR. You followed us on Twitch. Guess you could sneak away for a little while. We are missing you.
All right. So, dagger to the throat.
For it.
Hmm.
You don't need to throw though. You can.
Yeah. No. I'm just meleeing it.
All right.
Difficulty 1.
Yeah, just normal difficulty. Because they've got their claws out, if I remember correctly. So range is fine. You are also pretty strong. 3 successes. Go on, do your damage. He could, in theory, spend a doom to defend, but I don't want to drag this out.
I don't think I need to.
So you have 4 damage and nothing else, right? There's nothing special.
Yeah, that's right.
4 damage.
Yes.
All right.
If I notice that he's still kind of breathing, I'll
Yes.
probably just
He's
re-roll the
He
dice.
hasn't got a wound yet.
You can have 2 wounds, so yeah. momentum.
Now he has a wound. So that's 5 in one go. And a wound. No, you have wounded him and he's screaming. He's not happy at all. The question is, will he, seeing as he's surrounded by you guys, even consider giving it? Or will he just lash out at you? Shira, you're the only one in direct contact. So I think what he's going to do is...
Can I scream at him to shut up?
You can, but it's not a mental attack.
Stay put.
You can
I use persuasion?
That's an action. You already act.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's a minor action to shout at somebody. Persuade. No, it's skill action, and the roll is normally major action.
No.
Okay.
No, he is going to be very angry with you.
He could attack me too.
He could,
right there
but he's slightly further away. So he's going to go for Shira. She just hurt him. You just nicked him a little bit. So his difficulty is increased because he's already got a wound. That's why it's challenging 2. But he has got 2 successes. So he actually manages to hit you. Now, if you want to react and you want to defend or parry or something, you can give me Doom for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna parry. So what do I use to parry?
Ooh, good question.
Your dagger's got a parrying skill.
Well, I've got the dagger. Yeah.
So go to your skills. You'll have a parrying skill.
Oh,
it's under coordination.
Oh, yes, of course. It's a skill. Yeah. Okay. Difficulty 1 or 2?
It's just 1 because he only has 1 success.
Oh, right. He only has, yeah.
Yeah, because he had difficulty 2 because of the wound.
Nope.
You don't manage to do that. So let's see what he does with this. Border attack with claws. I think this might hurt a little bit.
Not with that dice roll.
He puts you... he hits you against the head. You're not getting a huge amount of damage on your head. Have you got any armor on the head? Probably not.
No.
No, so 2 damage. But you're knocked down. Because he's got effects, and he's got the effect of knockdown. He could grapple you, but I'm just going to say you're going to be knocked down.
Okay.
So he bowls you over, clobbers you around the head, and you stumble backwards over that pillar. So you are staggered.
Making room for Septimus to come in.
So, go on. Who wants to do it?
So he knocks Shira over. And knock Shira over, and I'm standing basically right behind Shira, and I'm gonna try and put the axe in his head.
His, not hers. Okay, good.
Not Shira's head.
Important distinction, you're right there.
The creature's head.
You just said I stand behind her, so I thought.
All right, unless someone else wants to.
No, go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yours then.
I will roll the dice as is.
Oh, I think I'll stick an arrow.
Shira must have knocked me aside when she fell
stumbled
back.
into you, actually.
Yes.
Stumbled into me, throwing off my attack.
Exactly. So somebody else will have to be the hero.
I'm going to stick an arrow in it then. Wasn't expected to shoot. I don't need momentum. He's injured already.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
You'll do it. So basically, hit by an arrow, he sinks to the ground. With the last grunt, he expires. And you have basically disabled the second guard team. You wonder whether there are any of these people left, of the 8 people left in this city. Right, now you've got this barracks building in front of you.
What's holding the door closed?
Basically just barred, and they put a couple of big beams of wood against it to hold it up. If you knock them to the side, it probably will just drop down.
Let's knock those down and get these people out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock it down. You immediately get, as this opens, there's a waft of bad smells. These people have not been allowed to wash or something. They've been locked in there for a while. You see some rotten fruit which has been put out for them, but the leftovers, like kernels of whatever fruit they've been eating and so on, are still knocking about. But as you free them, they blink at you because it's really, really dark now. But after a while, they notice you're not ape men, and they start jabbering at you in a language you don't understand, or you only understand a little bit. Zuigar.
And we don't have our polyglot with us today.
He's guarding the other people, having a good chat. He's probably flirting with
not learning another language or two.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Polyglot. Boom.
Yeah, that is not a language I have. But I will tell them anyway in Aquilonian, come with us if you want to live.
We don't have
classic.
with us, do we?
Classic line.
Classic. This way.
This way. And
Now.
you free them in the palace city.
Do we bring them over to the other group?
That was my plan.
I would first like to know, is this non-rebel prisoner, like the old man mentioned, is this one in this group?
No. He's held somewhere
further
else.
Somewhere else, okay.
An old temple. So you
I
send
spent some
these
time
people...
collecting some arrows up.
Ooh,
I'll
so many
remember
games I've got in my
white-
head, I never know whether you can actually scan the battlefield for
You
arrows.
can.
No, it's you just roll a combat dice for each volley spent, and for if you roll an effect, you get it back.
Thank you.
Okay, so I only spent one through a volley and I lost
1d6.
one through a complication.
And if
I need
you
one
have 4,
success.
5 or
You're saying a
6,
normal attack, yeah?
Just a combat die, so is it 1d6?
Just one.
So the effects are the 5s and 6s, right? So you don't actually recover any.
Okay. Down to one volley.
One volley. You free the team, this group, and you take them back to the other group. There's much rejoicing, but also Namila seems to have some urgency. She says, "Night is falling, and I'm sure the master ape will come back very, very soon. We have also seen back there some torches on the dunes coming from the east. There are some fires. There must be a camp out there. But we don't know whether it's our people or whether it's the Turanians who are following you, remember."
Oh, the training. Okay.
I think they said they are a day behind us. Was it 2 days?
Half a day. Today, maybe.
Half a day only.
So they're within sight.
Oh, yeah.
At least the campfires are within sight. And they basically wanted you to scout this place out because the people you had captured had said that this was actually the rebel base. This Zuigar base. But it clearly isn't.
We need to make sure the rebels are moved away before the Turanians get here. They will probably kill them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can I climb to a high point to look out over the city?
Yeah, you can. No roll required. You can absolutely do that.
So I'm looking. So now that the sun is down somewhat, I'm looking for signs of, like, do I see other fires, like campfires throughout the city? Do I hear drums? Do I hear not in the city?
Nothing in the city. It's really quiet. Only on the dunes up there, like Namila was saying, out to the east. You see some flickering flames, and you reckon, oh, maybe there are a couple of tents and maybe a couple of shapes moving in front of it, but they're a bit far away. You reckon that most likely is the Turanians or Turani, don't know how you call them in this law, waiting to see what happens. Waiting until morning.
Are those your friends?
Yes, I would imagine.
Well, they're a bit of ways out of town. I don't see anything within. I come back down. I don't see anything within the city. Do we know where?
So this temple, this prisoner is held, is not in the city.
It is in the city. It's further.
It's in the city, but it's
because
in a
I was
temple.
under the impression that he was held with the latest batch of
No.
rebels, non-rebels.
Both the prisoners, basically. Namila said that this man was here way before they all arrived. They have just glimpsed him because somebody had to bring food to him or something. One of the girls had to bring food to him. That's how she knows about him. But he must have been here a long time. An old man locked up in a separate building.
So she can tell us where he's held.
She asked one of the others, but to confirm. But yeah, they can all tell you where he's being held. Do you go to free him?
That would have been my next
definitely.
step. Yeah,
Makes sense. So it is. The
that
moon
makes
is up. The light is poor, but silvery, and it's a bit enchanted actually. And having the desert like this in a very, very different light, getting it quite cold, and there's wind coming from the mountain, which also freezes you a little bit. So, much nice art in here. I'm not showing as much of it all yet. So, presently you come before a large white stone building, which sort of shines in the moonlight, and is in better shape as well. But it seems to have a big sealed door. Big round door. What does it say here? Blocked by a large white stone slab, a round stone slab with monstrous carvings. Rolled in front of the door.
Are there any other entrances or windows maybe in an upper level?
You don't see any other. Or if anything, there might be small slits. But there's no light anywhere.
Is there any sound coming from it? From inside?
No sound at all.
Is there any evidence, looking around on the ground, is there any evidence of those creatures that we fought earlier in the area? They're like a fire
You look
pit
around and there's definitely a trail going to this door. People have been in and out of this place.
Okay.
This is a round slab and it's got a hole in the middle. A quite rough hole like this side.
Your hand in and pull in some way.
Okay.
Is there a pole around anywhere? I mean, I suppose I could use my spear. About that size.
Okay, do me a, what was it called again? Observation?
Observation, yeah.
Did I get it right? Even just forbidden, even free league games constantly call the same skill something else. But if I get it right,
Yes.
So well done. Yeah, you see
successes.
leaning a bit further away a sort of half meter long pole, like an old branch from something which is slightly polished around the edges, like ground. But this is going to be hard work nonetheless, even if you put that in the middle.
Does it look like the big slab rolls or swings or?
Probably rolls. You think that they might use this stick as an axle, but they put it in the hole and they sort of push against it and stuff. But you reckon this is going to be a heavy slab of stone.
I'll head over and assist him if he starts to basically.
Chris, you might want to cover us. We're not going to.
Yeah, I'll stay back with my bow out. So immediately as they roll it aside, if there's anything waiting there.
2 people can roll it, so that means that we do the assist roll first, which is 1d20, and it's going to be athletics.
I will do the assist.
Oh, okay.
Urzo is way stronger than I am. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, everybody knows that he's
The amount of damage you're doing, you've got good strength.
I'm actually not that good in athletics.
But your strength.
Yeah.
I also have strong back, but
Go on. One of you roll the assist first, and the assist, if there's a success, that counts if the primary doer also succeeds.
So, I mean, I can roll. If it's athletics, I can roll. I have a 13. I mean...
Okay, it's the same, then I have a 13 too.
So I'll roll to assist.
Okay.
And I get a bonus success from... why does it...
I don't know, but it will need 2
I
successes.
think I'm doing the wrong thing.
I want 2 successes.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find the just how to roll with just 1 die though.
There's
you
an
can
assist option.
right click the first. No, yeah, left click the first one, then you can just roll 1.
That works as well.
Oh, okay.
You go to your skills.
Oh, there it is. Okay. But it's not letting me add bonus successes. Oh well.
We can
I'll roll
add them
anyway.
after. I'm sure we can count it.
Yeah. We can figure that out. Oh man,
So you don't
Nothing.
assist a lot. You get in the way more. So
All right,
Derzo, it's down to you.
In this case, I'll use the 2 momentum we
Yeah.
have left.
Good. Good.
Well,
So you actually just put your back into it, and Septimus sort of slips a little bit, actually, and hangs off
from your legs.
off the piece of wood rather than helping you, making it a bit harder. But you say, "Hey, I'm strong enough. I can do anything here." And you just almost with one hand push it away, and with a grinding sound, this big round plate or whatever it was rolls to the side, half a meter or so, and opens half a gateway behind it into a dark, dank room. Moonlight does not shine into there, and there's no light inside.
What was the difficulty on the
That's
athletics
2.
check? Just 2?
You get a couple of momentum, but I'm going to take one away because the scene is going to...
Wait, then I'll just bank the 1. So
Yeah, okay, that's
already calculated in.
So,
All right. Do we have torches?
Look to that. I don't have.
I do not think I do.
I do not.
Ooh. There are rules.
I'm fairly certain we discussed that we need to bring them.
But you also discussed not to light them because it's too obvious. So maybe
I have a survival kit. What would be in
Yeah,
that?
I've
same.
got that as well. I don't think that helps.
There's a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can light with the survival kit.
You do some
Yeah.
shaving, some kindling, and then
Yeah.
you want to give me some
Grab
roll
some
and then-
makeshift torches.
Yeah, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Make a couple of makeshift torches, but it will take some time.
We have much choice, do we?
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of choice. We can't go into that dark hole
Of course, you
at
can.
night.
Whilst the torches are being made, just have a good listen, just to see if we can hear any distant sounds coming from within.
On you go.
I assume that's an observation check.
The cold wind from the mountain. I think you hear some hollering, some ape-like shouting, carried on the wind to your ear. It's distant, but the wind coming from the west down the mountains is carrying it towards you.
It doesn't sound like some sort of chanting or ceremony, does it?
You don't get enough of it. Just you get these short snippets. You couldn't.
Okay.
No.
I'll
But
let
yeah,
the others know.
Can I use my sharp senses to try to hear?
Sure.
Observation?
Observation.
And I can re-roll a dice according to
That's good.
according
good.
to
You know which
my
one to
sharp
roll.
senses.
Yes, I can.
I
see
don't know which one I should re-roll.
that.
Can I just highlight it and re-roll it?
You should be able to just highlight it and then
Oh, hey,
click
there
on
you
it,
go.
and then right-click re-roll. You are allowed to re-roll complications in this game.
It's
right?
you have not selected a dice to re-roll.
You
Hold
have
on.
to left-click on it first. That's
That's
it.
it.
And then right-click.
Oh, right.
And then
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
yay.
You think they're shouting, there is some sort of chanting going on, carried on this wind. But you think that's a larger group, maybe like both of the groups you had last time together. And they seem to be coming off the mountains. Yeah? Towards the city.
Oh,
Does it sound like it's coming from inside a location, like inside a cave
It's open.
coming out?
It's definitely,
open.
it's not channeled like that, echoey like that.
Okay.
It seems to just be drifting on the wind through the night. It doesn't sound like it's indoors. You wouldn't be able to hear.
We need to hurry because they're going to come
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and find the prisoners, aren't they?
yeah, I agree with that.
So you have this darkened room entrance in front of you. Did anybody do the survival? Not yet.
Oh, I have not rolled. That's what I was working on. Let me try that. Survival, right? Oh, I'm so good at that.
Who's your survival chief?
One of my specialities.
Not me.
Oh,
No,
do you want me to roll?
I'm not good at it.
I can roll if you want.
I'll roll it, but I'm not good.
Just looks at what you're doing and say, "You can't be trusted with a knife. Give me that." Yeah, you make a couple of torches. They won't last long, but they will last 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, let's get going. Hopefully there'll be some sort of... If there's someone in there, they may have a fire or something.
You duck. Who goes in? Who's got the torch in there?
Yeah, I'll take the lead. Well, it's probably better someone else to carry it, and I'll keep my bow at the ready.
I'll take the torch.
He carries the torch for you. There you go. So
I'm gonna
duck into this
throw the
low...
shield on my back, carry the torch in one hand.
Into the low gateway, you duck into it. Get the smoke of that torch, which is just sort of flickering a little bit, and you almost fear that it might go out as you carry it in. And you see that this room has a little bit of furniture in it. But then, towards the back, you see change to the back wall. Person up against the wall. And with very straggly, slightly dirty white hair, he just sort of lifts his chin and looks at you and says, "Who are you?" he says, in a language that I can't remember which one it is. It matters in this game, doesn't it? What other languages are
Yes, Turanian.
Turanian, yes.
Shemai.
Which I speak.
He might, yeah, he'll say it in Turanian. No, Zamoran. It does actually say it's Zamoran. Ha! It looks like this man had spent many years under constant torture, both of the mind and soul, as his quaking limbs and trembling gaze indicate as he weakly moves his marked, battered body towards you, it says, but I said it ain't done. His words sound as the Zamoran tongue, although his voice is too faint and croaky to be sure of. He seems to repeat a single word. Ravu. Ravu. And then adds a couple more words, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Ravu of Yesut. Wonder whether it's his name. Now, I've got a picture here, but he doesn't look quite dirty enough. But that's roughly.
Well, old man, let's get you out of here.
What was the name he said? I'm putting that in the chat.
Radu or Ravu?
Ravu.
Ravu.
Yesud.
Yeah, that's not how I would have written it.
Does it matter? Ravu of Yesud. That sounded quite good.
Maybe that's his name.
Yeah.
He weakly looks at you and it's like, yeah, he is old. He is relatively weak. What are you going to do with him?
Yeah, let's get you out of here before more of those creatures come back.
You see that these big chains are just clamped shut. You basically can remove the clamps and free him without having to get hammers and chisels out.
I'll do that.
You take him basically as soon as he comes off the wall, he sort of collapses into your arm and start carrying him. He's really, really light.
The apes have been coming and going into here. Why have they been doing that?
Good question.
Sorry?
Well, I was wondering, is he like the keeper of this artifact? Are they torturing him for that? Are we able to kind of communicate at all with him?
You're moving him out, and you might have to sort of try and revive him, maybe doing healing roll or something like that, one of you, to see whether you
I can do that.
Look after his wounds a little bit and try to get him back to talking consciousness. Go on.
All right.
And
just a D1?
You miss out on a lot of exposition.
In this case, I'll use the momentum we have.
Was there for?
Ooh.
Oh
no.
Oh no. All right.
So you look at his wounds and you say, I can't do anything about it.
Just healer's bag. Okay, no, I don't use a healer's bag because I don't have one.
Ooh.
But I may reroll 1d20 when using the healing skill. So let's try again.
Right?
Yay!
Yes.
There we go.
You ponder for a while, you go through your healing bag, notice you don't have any supplies with you, and then you think, there's this trick I haven't tried. Yeah, probably a good old nipple pinch or something. But you bring him around, and you get some food into him, and he starts tearing up a little bit. and he looks at you. He's really confused what you're doing there. You can tell that he's confused. And says, "Who are you?"
Who are we?
How did you defeat the apes?
The group of apes have been defeated that are here. We have saved both groups of, I believe, your companions.
No,
and they are safe.
Slaves. They are not my companions. He sort of clutches at whoever is holding his shoulder. We must get away quickly.
Why are you here?
It's a long story.
Please, while we're taking you away, tell us.
I am a man gifted in sorcery. They are making me teach them magic.
The ape people.
Their leader.
Bad.
Why though? What have they said what they aim to do with this magic?
The magic has given them a vile, evil sort of intelligence. And they want to have more and more and more, and they want to use the magic they're learning to defeat the humans, take over Zamoran, or Zambula.
Zambula was the city they are worshipped in the first place, wasn't it?
The ancient city.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
So they want to conquer their own city.
Want to basically, Hanuman, the master of these apes, calls himself Hanuman. And he wants to take over the city, saying he's the second coming of Hanuman, the god Hanuman himself. And for that, he wants magic. With his tribe of mountain apes, he's gathering as we stand here. He wants to come and defeat the Turanians and defeat the Zuigirs. Take over Zambula.
We need to take care of him then, don't we? Surely. Stop him from doing this.
But he's mighty. Do not underestimate him.
And their leader is this Ravu of Yesud.
I am Ravu of Yesud. Or you can speak a bit better.
We need to warn the Turanians. Can I do a quick sweep of this temple room to see if there's anything else in here?
Sure.
Quick.
Loot.
I'm completely in Dragonbane mode now. I was just thinking, okay, draw a treasure card. But there are treasure cards for Conan, aren't there?
They are, yeah.
There are, yeah, there are.
Are there?
Look, these are the encounter cards for Conan. The Doom and Fortune cards for Conan. They were selling these off, cheaply. Sorcery cards for Conan. Story cards for Conan. And location. I don't have treasure cards. Sorry, you can't have treasure.
Yeah, I don't think there's treasure cards. I can roll observation.
Roll observation. I'll tell you whether there's something there. Finding. I just have to make.
I'll just set it to difficulty 0, and you can take momentum off as necessary.
I've got my Lands treasure cards up there somewhere on the shelf.
Wait.
Ravu,
Hold on.
We hear a story of
something wrong.
An ancient treasure here.
I hit something wrong.
An artifact. You know about this?
I know nothing of an ancient artifact.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's going on here. There we go. I get
2 successes.
2 successes.
Right. You notice that in there is an old... Yeah, I don't know whether they really do that in this game, but I'm not going to say that they do. There's a sort of a grimoire, a book, which is full of something that you think must be sorcerer knowledge.
Even if I don't want to keep this myself, we don't want to leave it for them.
No.
Sort of smeared a bit.
And our companion, Moataz, might be interested.
Absolutely.
He likes his books.
He does like his books.
Yeah.
I'll take the grimoire with me.
And you also find an old sort of staff. The old man might need for walking.
Yeah, let's bring this. I'll bring his stick. I'll bring his cane as well.
Good. You separate an old man from his stick?
That's so cruel.
It's so cruel. I would never do that.
Good. So you hobble back towards the where you left the other people. Where you left the rebel prisoners, the freed rebel prisoners who have been gathering up their stuff to go. And as you approach, see that there are men with them who you didn't see beforehand.
Oh, okay.
And they're talking intensely.
Do we recognize them?
You reckon that these must be the troops of, what's he called again? Bahimbal.
Oh, okay.
Bahim Bey.
The hawk
Bahimbal.
of
He is the
Akapur.
leader of the Zuigar. He's the leader of the rebels. You reckon that they must have snuck into the city.
Ahimbal.
Bahimbal.
This may not be good.
Sand dogs?
Sure, why not?
Desert warriors. Yeah.
You
Is
see-
the conversation heated? What does it look like?
it's energetic. He seems to be happy. He's talking to Namila. He seems to be happy to have found them. But they seem to be making hasty plans. But as you approach, Namila points at you, and then Bahimbal, quite a warrior, full armor, one of those pointy helmets on and so on.
Yeah.
Turns around in this moonlight. It's all very, very poorly lit. Says, "So, well, it looks like I have to thank you for freeing my people."
Ah, your people. We didn't realise they were your people, but you're welcome.
They're not
Bahim-
free yet.
Bahimbal, we were told that you wish to speak to us. You wish to speak to the Turanians as well. Why is that?
This is my scouts you captured. Who told you this?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, it was a bit of a ruse to get the Turanians here to fight these apes.
Mm.
But from what
They're
Namila
on their
tells
way.
me, you are not actually
Yeah.
Turanians. We have seen them on the mountain, on the dunes. We have seen them out east. But
Given that we heard the ape army, let's call it that, approach, should we get a messenger out to the Turanians so we can form up? So
what,
to
do you
not
think
get
that I
caught
should
unawares?
ally with them?
No,
That
no,
would be
I
good.
think
no. And I interrupt and say that the Turanians are going to massacre everybody in
You
their
need to get
way.
away.
We need to
Get
get them away and get away and leave this to them. But what about those who have learnt the secrets of the sorcery? What do we do about them?
Why don't we let the Turanians fight them?
It says, what do you mean? What do you mean, sorcery?
Well, I heard some chanting, some voices up on the hill. Would they be using your magic?
Who are you asking now?
I'm asking,
Rabu.
yeah, Ravu.
He sort
No,
of
his
trembles.
magic was made them basically wear armor, use tools, use fire. Wasn't it?
You didn't really interrogate him very deeply, but
Nope.
if you did, then you would find out a bit more. But basically, he says that through magic, that's how they developed all this extra intelligence, if you like. They use some sort of spells to summon themselves or train themselves or whatever, and by that they started using tools, etc. So
And
Bahimbal doesn't know this.
Yeah. Bahim Baal, I recommend you get your people out of here. We'll
will
warn
try.
the Turanians, and they can take care of these ape creatures,
Ape.
these ape
Yeah.
men.
while everybody is making plans for the escape, am I able to speak to Ravu? And
You can, oh yeah.
okay, so can I use counsel, perhaps, or persuade to try to get as much information as I can about the circumstances surrounding this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds more like a persuade to me than a counsel.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I will do. I want to make sure.
So if we encounter the Turanians when they return here, our story is that we couldn't find rebels, yet we found these 8 people. Had a number of skirmishes with them, but there's more.
Okay, let's see what this roll does. Oh yes. So you talk to him, he takes you into his confidence a little bit, and you get this story. Basically, that what he was telling you earlier was a shortened version. He actually, you reckon, this is all within 5 minutes he needs to tell you, because otherwise you're going to run out of time, that he had this plan of using magic to train 8 people, become his servants. But that this one exemplar, this one main ape that basically he had brought to him and tortured and tried to change through the use of magic, became so powerful that he overwhelmed him, forced him to teach him the magic. And this is this ape calling himself Hanuman. So he admits this, although he doesn't really go into a lot of detail, that he was actually the starting point of this issue here. 8 people.
So he's imitating the god Hanuman to get the 8 people to worship him.
Yeah, and he just doesn't want to be worshipped just by the 8 people. He wants to be worshipped by humans. He wants to basically enslave the humans and say, I am the new coming of the god. You better serve me. But this little bit of secret you sort of whittled out of him a little bit is that he was actually originally planning to enslave the apes. But then this one ape...
Basic Planet of the Apes story.
Basically. I didn't write it.
It's a good story.
It's a good story. Yes.
The author of this scenario, by the way, is J.C. Alvarez. 2004
Thank you.
Copyright. So, thank you. If you ever see this.
Well, Ahimbal, perhaps you could take Rabu with you, and we will go to the Turanians.
Oh, what's the plan?
I believe we need to stop this Hanuman imposter.
Absolutely.
So you want to smuggle out the Zuigar, basically let them leave without the Turanians noticing.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Turanians, tell them some story, and enlist their help in defeating the apes?
Warn them that the apes are coming. I assume the apes are coming to attack the Turanians.
You hear some drums in the mountain.
Yeah, there we go.
Will they be led by their leader, or do we need to skirt around the back of them and then attack from behind?
Who knows? What do you think?
Let the 2 armies fight each other, and let's go for the leader.
Yeah.
Maybe you hang him back because he doesn't want to risk his life.
Yeah, if they ask, if the Turanians ask where the Zuigar went, we can simply say that we saw signs of cannibalism in the city.
Right.
Yes.
So lay your plans. Tell me what you want to do. I think you know what the setting is. Remember, this city is basically on the slopes of the mountains. Yeah, right at the bottom of them. As soon as you go west, where the ape sounds come from, that's basically from the mountains. And to your east, you've got the dunes with the encampments of the Turanians. And you might be able to sneak out the Zuigars to the north or south.
Yeah, they can make their own way north or south. It's up to them.
But you're taking sides here. You appreciate it, right?
I do appreciate it.
Rebels against the Turanians, who you were supposed to be helping on behalf of Prince Satabus of Khorajan.
We don't have to tell them
need
that
to know.
we helped them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is our secret.
Good.
So let's not tell the Turanians.
No, we just came into the city. It was abandoned. We found a group of 8 people.
Yeah.
Killed them, and then we discovered that there's a larger group approaching. Like, no need to mention the rebels whatsoever. And or the sorcerer.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do we send a scout down to the Turanians to speak to the hawk?
This is the hawk of Agrabah.
Yes.
To give him an update of what's happening.
Yes.
Well, Marat could do that.
Yes.
Good delegation.
Yes.
Do you trust his skills, his convincing persuasion skills?
Yes.
That's his speciality, isn't he?
Yes.
He is a face character, sort of thing. So let's have a quick look at him. So you're sending him out? Is that part of the plan?
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds
Should we go around the back?
Means I have
Look
to
for
go
this
back.
I agree that we should go around the back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Do that.
Let's do this. Now, just thinking if you have some sort of command skill to make plans and brief everybody. Is there something like this? In
Who has command?
Warfare. There's a warfare skill.
I don't think I have warfare.
Somebody does. Mortas has got a little bit.
Oh, yes, warfare.
Warfare. He's got
14.
Look. You're basically making a tactical plan and
I have
delivering
terrible
of it.
warfare.
And I think warfare is perfect for that.
But I do have command.
Yeah, okay.
Well, warfare. Does anybody have warfare at all?
Mortas has got 13 in it.
I don't have
I've
either.
got 7 in it.
Let's have him roll.
But he's near.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
not
I
here.
let him roll. That's fine.
He's gone.
So how good is the plan? The plan is reasonably successful. I want then somebody to use the command to brief everybody.
I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I will give the. I'll brief the. I guess I'm briefing the Zuigirs, or am I briefing the Turanians?
Well, first of all, the Zuigirs.
Okay, I'm going to brief the. I'm going to brief the Zuigir. Tell them that they need to get their people out to the south or to the north, and to evade, stay away from the Turanians and the ape people.
Okay.
And that hopefully the Turanians can deal with the tribe of ape people.
Okay, gosh, this is going to be complicated. Too many parties. But give it a go. And let's see.
All right, here we go.
The more successes you have, the more chance you have that the Zuigirs.
Command. Do we have any momentum?
Not currently.
No.
Get some Doom, that's fine.
I'm going to give you 2 Doom.
Oh, you
Roll
still
this
have your
dice.
fortune. Remember, you have your fortune points.
I do.
2 or 3, depending.
I can go ahead. I do have expertise in I'll go ahead and use the fortune dice.
That's what they're
And
there
not
for.
give you the Doom. Here we
Use
go.
them for the important decisions. And no complication.
get
Well done.
3
Yes.
successes, no complications.
You
Thank God.
speak. You speak to Bahimbai, and he. Do you speak the same language?
Probably not.
You can go through me.
Through some
through me.
translations, through Shira, who's basically
Bengaran and
back and forth and back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an experienced leader as well. So you just need to give him a little bit of what Turanians are up to and where they are. And then he actually takes over from there and shepherds his people away. So what happens is that we are now in the dead of the night, maybe slightly later. So maybe the first glimpse of the far sun is coming over the horizon again, but you're really hearing that these apes are now coming close. They're really close. So you have the choice. You can either try and skirt around and hide and see what they do, or you can run towards the Turanians, or you can attack the apes. You wanted to skirt around, right?
Around,
Let
yeah.
them pass, don't we?
have Moataz go in, warn the Turanians so
And
they're not
Mortis
caught
goes over
sleeping.
there, and I'm just going to do a little roll for myself here to see whether Moataz, how successfully he's in conveying what's gone on and briefing them. And I'm going to do that as a private roll. Do you think that's council? Probably it's council, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Did you see that roll or not?
Nope.
Good.
No.
You shouldn't have. Just checking. I did some Forbidden Lands the other day, and I had a really clever way of just revealing parts of a puzzle all the time. And then I clicked somewhere else and I just revealed it all. Happens. So, he's gone. You don't know what's going to happen to him. I know. You're scouting around. Hey, right. I'm just going to say that you are going north. You're going over some dunes. You're trying to lay low. And you see this horde of apes going from the mountains into the city. And there is noise, and there's shouting, and there's hollering, and there's discovery, I guess, that their prisoners have gone. And there is that they see the fires as well, and that there is preparation for battle. There's an almighty thumping and drumming, etc.
Is the horde about the same size as the Turanians, or?
It's much smaller. Iranians probably have about 200 men in total, and these guys have about 50, if you count it correctly, after the 10 or 15 you got rid of. Probably about 50.
The Turanians only need like 10 Durzos, and they would have wiped them all out.
They need one Durzo. Is that a unit now? A Durzo?
Septimus, he jumped off of a horse and did some major acrobatics last session.
That was quite amazing.
Yes.
Excellent.
I think there should be Durzo spin-off comic for Conan. Conan is coming back to Marvel, isn't he? Did I read that correctly?
Could be.
Is it somebody
I think
else?
so, yeah.
They are making
was it
a
Dark
new,
Horse?
new Conan comic series. I just read about it this week somewhere. I just didn't pay attention to it. Whether it's Dark Horse or somebody else. Dark Horse Comics. Anyway, so you are laying low and you're seeing what's going on. Now, the Turanians don't seem to be moving a lot. They don't seem to be breaking camp or anything. But the sun is still down, still dark, so maybe they want to wait. Do you wait, or do you go actively scouting? You're just basically sitting on the dune, looking over the city and trying to work out what's going on.
So,
You're in passive mode.
can we tell what the 8 people are doing in the town or in the ruins?
You think that they're gathering up maybe weapons or something. There seems to be a little bit of quiet moment, but basically you think they're organizing themselves for an attack. You just don't
Is there any indication of a leader or a small group around an individual?
If you wanted to see that, you would have to go quite a bit closer. So basically what I'm saying is you're right at the distance, you're in passive scanning mode, that makes sense. If you want to
Let's do that.
I will stealth down a bit.
You will say that.
Yes, I'm going to stealth down a bit to see.
I camouflage everyone, so therefore at least we are less obvious.
And
my camouflage skill allows me to camouflage up to 4 people.
Use it. You definitely the people scouting forward should be camouflaged, but how do you camouflage somebody? Make them look like a desert rock.
Yeah, it looks like a rock.
Look at that.
Oh,
I got the quite successes.
So, is it up to 4 people depending on how many successes you get, or how does it work?
It says you can apply your stealth skill result to a number of other creatures or large objects equal to your stealth focus plus your ranks in camouflage. I've got a stealth focus of 4 and I've got 1 rank in camouflage.
Oh, yeah.
I can do up to 5 people.
Good.
So we're all successful.
Party. So you're well camouflaged. You get some expert advice from Krios. And what does that now do? Does it give them your stealth value? Right?
Yeah, it says you can apply your stealth skill result to everyone. So everyone's got 3 successes.
Okay.
Oh. Well, in that case, yeah, you get quite close. And you see that there is almost like a voice coming from the mountains. So you think that there's a small party, or maybe a couple of them, or 3 or 5, who are still basically on the side of the mountain. They're just above the city. looking down and giving instructions, shouting instructions from them. Whereas the mass of these apes, the ape army, is at the bottom and is preparing. So there seems to be a smaller group, a command group,
Indeed.
something like this. You don't have a sorcerer on you, but you do get some sense that there is some chanting that might have something to do with vile sorcery. Maybe they're calling upon the blessings of the god Hanuman, or maybe they're doing something else. But there is something going on in this leadership group.
Could we get behind this leadership group? Is there an advantage of height? Like,
yes.
Could we sneak up to the top so that we could have kind of an overhead advantage of them?
And also, they're looking down, not at us coming.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, and if we timed it so that the Turanian army is marching, but we also don't let whatever incantation is happening interrupt the incantation, but not give them enough time to come after us, but engage with the Turanians.
Sounds like a really good plan. You're not quite sure when the Turanians are going to move, but the first step is definitely that you will want to get above them on the slope, what you're saying, to get the height advantage.
If we can see the Turanian camp, can we also see the spot of Moatas if he's still on his way to the camp?
Unfortunately,
where are we time-wise? Would he have reached the camp by now?
If you do me an observation with 3 successes, I'll tell you.
I can do an I can do an observation check. I've got 13 in it.
You've got your sharp senses, don't you?
What?
I've got 16 in it if you want me to roll.
And and I've got sharp senses, so okay. I'm gonna try.
You're peering into the dusky light.
I'm gonna give it
across the desert. Sand blowing in your face. Close.
And I get to re-roll the 17.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see it.
Good chance.
This is difficulty 3 though, I said.
Yeah.
So you don't get it.
Yeah, so I have to get
all 3 successes.
I have to get
1 more success. He does it as well.
Yes.
He runs across the desert and says, I see that Moatas is just clearing the last dune to go into the camp of the Turanian, and he is limping slightly. And I can tell you what he had for breakfast as well. Because I was there. So you think that he just arrived. He must have been quite slow. Maybe he was held up, maybe he was hiding, but he's just basically going into the camp, and you hope that they don't shoot him on sight.
Yeah. We hope they don't shoot him on sight.
Who goes there? Right. So the next move for you then is to get onto that mountain.
Yep.
Okay. Now this is, as I said, because it's 2004 copyright, this is actually a scenario from the old D20 system. Not the D20. And there is a provision exactly for what you're trying to do here. And there's a difficulty rating, but it's a D20 difficulty. So we will have to do a little bit of translation. It says, once successful climb checks DC 15. The DC 15, I don't know, don't play D&D. Is that sort of a difficulty rating 1, or does it move towards it?
No, like 15 is fairly achievable. Like for what level range is this adventure?
1 to 3, I think.
Hold on one second.
Then it's like, I think an average
50-50, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I actually have the conversion guide.
I had the conversion
guide.
But I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
For some beasties, I looked at the app and said, okay, that sort of works, but I didn't.
Do you have it up?
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I have it on a file.
I think it's probably only difficulty 1. So you need to climb up. That's the one thing. And the next thing is you have to be stealthy about it. But
so is that athletics or acrobatics, or is that a choice?
I would call it a choice.
And would it be a group roll? Or would that be individuals?
Does D&D do group rules? I have no idea.
There's a group check.
Challenges. Yeah.
They do.
I don't think it would apply here.
No.
So it's a climb check. That would allow
someone
you.
goes first. Can they help others?
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
So whoever goes first can help the others by saying, "Oh, don't step there," and here's a good path.
Yeah.
Let's just rule it like that. Difficulty 1.
That's good.
You're going to go up the hills. You can help each other, but only the leader can help the others, not from the back. You can't shout from the back.
So this is
obvious.
is this athletics or?
I think athletics is more what I would think, but you could be acrobatic as well.
I mean, athletics would be if you just like brute force it,
Yeah.
and acrobatics is if like approach it.
Whatever your climbing style determines.
Well, I'm definitely much more acrobatic than I am.
Yeah, whereas Dervil's
Athletic.
probably more athletic.
I have a target number 13 in athletics with 3 focus.
Yeah.
But
Who wants to lead the climbing party?
I'm okay on the stealth side, but not the climbing, so someone else is better.
Same with me.
I can lead.
Okay. Then Toby and I'll just go first.
Now, this is actually relatively tricky because there's some loose scree and so on as you go up this hill. It's not all solid rock because it's constantly exposed to the huge temperature differences. Some of that rock has basically turned to sand or shingle or whatever you call that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's loose stuff. But yeah, let's see. Let's have whoever wants to lead the party. Do it.
What's the difficulty level?
Just one.
Just one difficulty
I
one?
think a DC 15. I'm just going to say that's about a 1.
Okay.
All right.
So do you want me to... I'm going to use... we're getting close to the end here. I'm going to use 2 Doom because...
Close to the end, yeah.
You need
At
it.
the time.
All right. Here we go.
Doom paid.
So I get 4 successes.
Good.
Momentum for the others.
All
right.
You know what? I'm going to shortcut this slightly. I think with the 4 successes for 4 people, you can basically just make sure that they all get up. So you managed to get about 50 feet or so above this party on the screen. And you look around and you think we've got a height advantage. And probably not aware that we're here. But what do you want to do? Do you just attack them or do you want to do something clever?
Is there a conveniently placed huge boulder right above them?
That's the sort of thing I was thinking of. What you call a landslide.
Like the Acme boulder, isn't it?
We could spend a fortune to make a declaration.
Exactly. You can do a story declaration. Go on. Do it.
I would spend that one.
do it.
I'm happy to do that.
If you allowed it, I'll spend it.
So you have a conveniently placed large boulder that might not just roll down, but it might actually, if you do this right, if you play it right, maybe that's a survival roll, cause a secondary avalanche as well.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Let's do it.
Chris, you're the expert in survival. How should we do this?
We probably want to make a bit of a groove at the bottom of this so it starts on the right track, and then once it's got the momentum, it's going to bounce straight down towards him.
As you're having these whispered discussions behind that large boulder, you see some sort of greenish crackling of energy amongst the group, and the chanting from there is starting to well up a little bit.
We need to do this.
We need to go now.
We need to hurry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who wants to do the survival? Go on. Whether you get a good, strong...
Go for it,
You want me to roll? Okay. Did we have momentum? No, we didn't.
We don't have
Yes, we should have.
Oh, yeah, from the last roll.
I'm going to use a
spend all the
fortune.
momentum on
I'm going to use a
spend-
fortune, it's fine.
I
use
use
a
the
fortune.
successes to get you all up there. So, and this is typical D20 here, but I ignore what it said. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. Well done. So, it says here, and just for fun, I'm going to read this out. Once a character reaches the cliff directly above them, causing a rock slide requires 10 full rounds. Why?
It's a minute.
It's D20. Yes, but still. 10 full rounds. Why? If there's no fight on, why do you count rounds? There's no point. Failing this check by 5 or more means that you're going down with a rock slide. You didn't. So
No.
then there's damage and so on. But okay. what's going to happen? I'm just going to see whether our party down there notice that this slide is coming towards them. But I think they probably are likely to notice. And whether they can evade is another question.
But they are in the midst of the height of this crackling, and they're very loud.
Oh! They notice that something's coming. The question is whether that will help them. Now, in D&D, 3d8 is a reasonable amount of damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it says a successful rock slide deals 3d8 damage plus 1d8 per what you exceeded, so per success. So if we look at your successes for the survival roll, you had 4 successes. That would be 68 damage. 68, not 68.
So that's 20.
So who wants to do 68 damage? The survival guy who kicked loose the big thing.
Do it, Chris. Go, Martin.
And then we see what happens.
I mean, this is basically insta-killing level 1 or 2 character.
It should.
Yes.
This is not a 1 or 2. This is a nemesis.
68.
Yeah, but just for...
Pretty good roll as well.
Very good roll.
He gets a chance to dodge it because I'm going to spend a dooming and I had noticed it. So I'm going to take I guess movement is the best one for that one. And if he is successful, I'm going to half the damage. So it is a lot of damage nonetheless. 12 damage. 12 damage is to wound. Isn't it? So his accompanying people are basically swept away. But as there's one bigger ape there who's been doing all the summoning and so on, turns around, he casts up a shield that diverts some of the stones and rocks coming towards them. There's a huge dust cloud which obscures the whole thing, but after that settles a little bit, you can still see that this guy is standing there and he's now looking. Whereas just behind him, in the far distance, you see that there are some... the light is coming from the east, and that there are some more lights coming up on the hillside. So you reckon the Turanian army has now started to move. So you now have an angry big ape 50 feet below you on the scree, and you just got rid of his retainers, of his friends, his mates.
I want to take him down.
Yeah.
So
how big is he? Is he like just big ape, or is he like huge?
He's not
like King Kong.
He's not King Kong. He's a big ape, but he's not King Kong.
Okay, so more like gorilla.
I have his... how do you do this? You can show character artwork somehow, can't you? View character artwork. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
there we go.
Some Goku vibes there.
Yes. Yes, I agree. This is Midjourney again. I have to admit.
Again, you can tell by the fingers.
Yeah, don't look at the fingers. He's holding a gnarled rock. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Very small rock.
Yeah, he's holding a rock. Or maybe the magic has distorted his fingers. I mean, his left hand is pretty good.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
both.
Maybe he's injured. But yeah, he looks at you angrily, and we are now in combat, and he's going to not pull his punches, and I'm going to have a doom that he's casting something on you guys. Now, you're standing relatively close together?
We were also pushing a big rock.
Yeah.
No, he is making...
Pretty close.
He is casting something. I just compiled some spells because they didn't really fit what the old adventure had. Okay. And as he's doing something there, you feel that the whole ground around you is starting to tremble. And lots of little pebbles and some of the scree is starting to slide towards him as he's casting something. And with this rumbling, shaking dust that's coming up is going to make it a bit harder for him to come towards you. No, sorry, for you to come towards him or attack him. But you feel like this rock slide is not because you're now in a position that you just cause them pain with.
Rock slide.
We have a new subscriber. Hello, John. John Bilodeau. Welcome to us.
Welcome, John.
Welcome.
Good to have you on board. So, what are you going to do?
let's quickly spread out in case he's targeting all of us in one go, and let's go down in maybe two groups, one on the side.
Before you do much more, it says all characters must make a challenging willpower test to see how you deal with this horror.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Difficulty 2, that is.
What is that? Discipline?
Discipline.
Yeah.
It's only fair. I did this to my players all the time. Difficulty 2, you say?
Difficulty 2.
All right, here we go. I'm going to fail.
I'm going to fail.
Oh,
Oh.
20.
Focusing. Oh, wow.
Doom paid.
I'm not going to use Doom, so I'm going to fail. Oh, wow.
Success is 2. Shira is fine with it. Well, not fine, but she keeps herself together. He says, this sort of...
number 7, I rolled a 5 and a 2. Wow.
But I had to give up a Doom, so...
Yeah. Fair enough. So who have we got who passes it? Shira passes it. Cryos passes it. Septimus doesn't. And Dezo?
Do we have a momentum left? Because then I would use that one.
Nope, I don't think so.
No, we needed 2 successes.
Because it's D2. Never mind.
It should be D2.
Yeah, in this case, I'll use a fortune for this one.
Yeah, so you buy it off, basically. You don't even have to roll.
Oh, good choice.
I would have even succeeded that one.
Yeah, you did, but you also have a complication.
Yeah.
121, God.
What am I going to do with the complication?
2 complications.
I actually need some
because
Doom
I used
to
a
power his
fortune
magic.
point.
So I'm going to do that.
What are you going to do? Sorry?
I'm going to get some Doom because I need Doom to power his powers. So that's fine. So those who keep it together, keep it together. The others get 1 + 4 combat dice. Resolve damage. So I have to do. Still can't remember.
Do you want to because it's me being affected by this, do you want to just do the display of might and power, the where is it? Sorceress Might?
Can do.
That will completely hose me.
What it?
It's 5 combat dice intense.
Yeah, it's not quite that. But I will pull that on and I'll just modify it before I then use it. You can't use it, can you? Not on an NPC, because it's not an NPC attack. And I haven't configured. So I'm just going to do as it says. It's 1 + 46 for combat.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 46. And I know there is a particular code for rolling the right sort
CD,
of dice.
I think.
You sure?
Wait, I configured a macro for
That
that. No,
would be-
it's
But I rolled it
1
anyway.
DP.
1 DP.
1 DP, yeah.
Okay, just for fun. 4 DP +1 we do manually. Oh yeah, that's the right dice. That looks nice. So we have rolled them. Let's see what's better. Yeah, that's basically 2, and 2 effects is 4 + 1 is 5 resolve damage. Are you hosed?
No.
That's a trauma, isn't it?
That's a
Unless you
trauma.
have courage.
That's a trauma.
Here we go again. I do not have courage.
Okay, so you are traumatized by this mountain starting to tremble under your feet.
There we go. I now have 3 resolve.
You are trembling. You are afraid of what's going on. So your turn.
Can I rouse Septimus?
How does that work?
I don't know.
Do what you need to do. Septimus has
Council
a
or...
tendency to go into a frenzy when he's frightened like this.
Oh, yes?
That's what he did last time.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to start hitting this guy before he starts his next spell.
I've got a long list of skills for him, or spells for him.
I don't think
people
I'm...
start rushing him, and I'll start sticking some arrows in him while you get down there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rush down the hill.
Yep.
At him to slam him down with the shield. That's what I'm gonna try and do.
I'm going to run down and use my whip and try to...
Yeah, it does have knockdown.
And try to grapple him.
There you
so
go.
that he can't use his hands for manipulation for spells.
Right, now if you want to go down, this is treacherous ground. Yeah. So you can sort of run towards him, but if you actually want to get there quickly without falling flat on your face, I'm going to make you do a test for that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics is probably the best.
Yeah.
Because it's not about strength, it's about keeping your balance. It's about.
I don't want to give you any more
That makes
doom,
sense.
though.
That's fine.
I'm going to take a
We have
momentum.
momentum.
Actually, I
Yeah.
should spend a little bit of doom on this for the spell I use.
So you're going to use a momentum, and I'll use.
We're going to use one momentum.
Okay, so will I.
Difficulty 1 or 2?
2. I think.
Frank? Difficulty 2? Okay. Yeah, good with that. Let's go.
Oh, so they're going down.
bonus
I'm going to
bonus.
stick an arrow in him though.
There.
Success is 2. Failure.
None.
All right, and
Not surprised.
Oh, it was almost a 3. Oh.
Almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. So 2 of you actually land on your backsides as you go down, and I'm gonna give you some damage for that.
There you go.
And I now know what the damage dice was. So you each get, the people who didn't get it, you each get 2 damage.
Oh.
2 damage. This is just from falling over, from sliding down there, from getting scrapes and bumps. I don't think your armor's really gonna help you.
Sounds
Twisting
good.
your
Okay.
arm a little bit. But Shira made it elegantly sliding down. I wouldn't quite say Legolas style, but elegantly sliding down the slope and making her way towards this big, bulky ape man. So, what do you want to do with it?
I'm gonna whip it.
I'm gonna whip it.
I'm gonna whip it.
Whip it good.
So, I'm about 3. I'm what? 15 feet, 2 meters, 3 meters,
It's 5 meters, isn't it?
3 meters.
Yeah, 10
No,
feet.
3 meters.
10 feet.
50 feet is
You're
like
Canadian,
4.
I'm German, we don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
feet.
Attempt
All right.
2 feet.
Canadians are weird.
No,
because
it's fine.
We've got all the American
No
stuff
freedom units in this game.
feet, and then we've
No
got the
freedom
metric
units.
system.
I can
I s-
translate. It's fine.
I switched my my scale, and my wife now doesn't know how much she weighs. So there you go. So that's worked in
Genius.
all of our benefits. So we're all happy.
Genius.
That's genius.
All right, I
You
am
know, in this
going
country
to.
they do stones and ounces. And stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so-
can't imagine. Can't imagine.
How many stone do you weigh? I don't know.
depends on the stone.
Too many.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
answer.
nice.
Nice.
That's heroic, I would say, isn't it?
Nice.
You slide down there. As you slide down, you sort of swing the whip around your shoulder and over your head, and you lash out at him. He's casting a spell. So
I'm grappling.
I'm just think, okay, I might just spend a doom
Well,
to
we
see
damage
whether he
first,
can
then.
move out of the way, but I don't think he will be able to. Just to spend some doom,
A lot of successes to overcome.
Yeah, let's see. Just normal doom. And he gets only 1 success. So you still have 3 successes. Good.
Fearsome.
Good. Now the
Oh.
fearsome gives him some resolve damage, right?
Yeah.
Is it him
yeah,
or the people around him?
2 results.
should be him.
Adds mental damage for each effect.
In
So it's
addition
an
to whatever-
additional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's mental.
So do you want to do any reroll for the momentum? You don't have momentum. Oh, you
I
have
don't.
momentum from your attack.
Oh, yes. I will do a reroll.
It's only the 1 die, isn't it?
1 dice.
It was worth it. So let me just get this right in my head. It's 8 normal damage, right? There's no extra
yes.
intense or vicious or anything. No vicious. And you want to do the grappling.
Yes.
And you want to do that's 1 effect if you like. And then you
Mhm.
want to do the fearsome.
Yes.
Now fearsome 2.
Yep.
Means 2 damage per effect.
Yeah.
Toby, do you spend
Oh,
the
yeah.
effects on different things? Or
No,
can you spend them on everything?
Each effect triggers everything.
Okay, good. So that basically means you give him 4 resolve damage, is that right?
Yeah.
Not bad, actually, but he's quite resolute. And he's got courage. So, and you give him how much physical?
8.
It's 8 straight.
And grappling with the difficulty 2 to escape.
And he's grappled. Now, as I said, I have a token for him, but this is not a battle moment. I didn't make a battle map.
Now, does he have to do any type of physical movement with his hands to complete any type of spell?
Some spells, yes. So I'll have a quick look. Probably you interrupted the one he was just starting to make. So I guess
Can I stick an arrow in though? Because I'm not rushing down.
Yes,
I'm just going to stay up high.
Yeah, I can absolutely do
range.
that. You can absolutely.
Stick an arrow in him.
That was a really good attack, can I just say. Shira.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Heroic.
Heroic. Yes.
Yeah.
Durzo-like.
Is there any more
As
momentum
slides
there?
past on the screen, goes...
Did you save any momentum, did you? Kira?
Yeah, I think so.
Should have.
Did I?
Reroll.
Because I used fearsome and grappling.
That's for effect, that's not momentum.
Oh, okay.
So for
Yeah,
the
it's
You
attack,
did one for reroll.
Banking.
Yeah, I see it.
It'd be your momentum because you used one
Yeah.
for your reroll, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll
Mhm.
use those momentum. That'll generate more.
go for it. It's an elegant way of actually resolving this, battling the main guy, I have to say. Just grapple him, get rid of him with a avalanche.
Oh, there you go.
Good. Now he's already staggered, if you like. Because he's grappled, so he can't... does that give you any bonus on the damage? I think if you're prone, it gives you the bonus damage, doesn't it?
No.
A different game then.
Yeah.
This Dragon Bane.
No, prone increases the difficulty on getting hit with ranged weapons.
If he's prone on the ground,
And he's
yeah,
grappled. He's on a whip.
Yep.
No, grapple does nothing in this terms. I
Not
think.
necessarily prone. So 4 damage, and I see some rerolls happening.
yeah, I'm going to
Okay,
use
so-
one momentum to reroll.
Okay, so the effect means target is unable to move or take any action except using athletics or acrobatics. Target is -1d to target with exploit action. The target may be released as a free action, but I'm not releasing him.
No, you're not releasing him. He's getting damage. He's pinned down. He's trussed up, and then he's being peppered with arrows.
Trussed up.
You're being a bit mean, really. 8 damage
Yeah.
plus
Bit mean.
It's
piercing.
8 damage, piercing 4 then.
Yeah, so basically, you can ignore any armor. So 8 damage. Well, that's a whole wound. And damage.
Done then.
Right, now you hopefully can't see this. Stream guests can see it in the character sheet, but you probably can't. Hide it. There you go. So, it's his turn. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the others were all sliding down the mountain.
Yeah. Durzo and I are.
Haplessly.
I was thinking Silver Surfer, but
That's what you did. What I
More
did
like
was.
pin first going. "Ooh." That's more like it.
We are
So-
just tomahawking down there.
If he wants to do anything, you said he needed to do an athletics check.
yes, athletics or
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
So
Difficulty
now
2.
with the fields
Which-
of expertise, what does
Oh,
acrobatics
I can tell you.
Because he's got
I
very
think
good
the
brawn.
trying to free himself counts as an action, the way I read it.
Yeah, that means he,
Yeah.
unless I
So
spend some
acrobatics is agility plus move, and athletics is brawn plus move.
Okay, can't take any action except.
Yeah.
brawn plus agility. No,
You
brawn
can
plus
spin
move is
around
better.
quickly, and then you'll be hanging on to
So
your
I'm
weapon.
going to spend a couple of doom to buy an extra action.
There you
And
go.
I'm going to do the move. Now that should be target number of 17. What was the difficulty here to tie him up? That mattered, right?
It should.
Two
Yeah, difficulty 2.
Yeah. had 2 effects on his whip.
Here we go. You have him. He cannot break free, but he has 2 actions, as I said, so he's going to try that again. With a second action. Difficulty 2. And you still have him. He cannot break out of here. Ferocious whipping. So, that means you're probably going to finish him off now. Anyway, 2 of you are still sliding down.
Do we need to make another test to reach him now, or
if you want to get back on your feet, I think I'm still going to ask you to do the test. It's not just getting up. It's getting up while you're sliding on a slippery bit off slope.
I'm good with that.
I'm
sorry.
just going to make it a test of difficulty 1, though. And that's a minor action, isn't it? Getting up?
I think getting up is just
standing up is a minor action.
Just a minor action.
So if you manage it, you stand up.
Yeah.
If you don't manage, then you don't stand up.
All
Okay.
right.
You could use Doom to then have his one last go before we kill him.
I could, but he's trussed up and already used Doom.
As a start of the next round. Start of the next round, you can use Doom to go first.
Yeah.
I was just going to slit his throat. So.
In that case, I'm definitely going to use my Doom.
Exactly.
So I'm going to use a
chance.
Doom to see whether I can again break free, because that's the only thing he's allowed to do.
All right.
Because you're being like that.
Yeah, but wait.
Wait, he says. He doesn't break free with
Now
that.
Yay!
What is up?
it was still our round.
No, it went over the top, didn't it?
No, you used the Doom to go
because
first.
No. It was still our round. Wasn't it? Because you used the Doom
No, we went first.
to give a second action.
Yeah, he acted twice. Because he hadn't...
Yeah, and now it's the new round.
Go on,
And
then.
then you used Doom to
Your
go
turn.
first.
See whether
and
you
now,
can get
okay.
He
Yeah,
didn't
now it's the
break
new
free,
round.
so that's fine. Go on.
All right.
We need to finish this soon. Almost bedtime.
Yeah. I'll give you
Hold
a
on.
Doom for
There.
my
No, he
check.
gives me Doom.
And yeah, 1 success.
You get up.
Ooh.
Good. You are back on your feet, but you're not directly in melee range, I would say.
Yeah, then I'll... am I within close range?
Closest melee, isn't it?
No, reach is...
Reach is
Okay,
melee.
reach, yeah.
Close
You're
is just within the same
close,
zone.
You're fine. You can throw something at it.
No, I would like moving within close range, like within one zone, is a free action.
Okay.
So
Oh, yes.
These people who know the rules better than me is always nice. So, good. You can move up, and you want to warlock
and I
him.
can hit him. Yeah.
No. He is trussed up because of Shira's brilliant whipping.
Or whip armor.
Which makes it 1 easier to hit him?
Yes.
1 harder.
It doesn't make
No, I
it doesn't
think
change
minus 1d
it
to
for
target.
exploit actions.
With
Minus 1
exploit
difficulty.
action.
Yeah.
Target with an exploit action. That's not quite the same thing then.
The thing you think is of if somebody is prone, he is easier to hit with melee attacks and harder to hit with ranged
Okay,
attacks.
just go for it. Go for
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Kill him.
All right, I'll spend the momentum to add my... because 1 momentum gives me 2 dice. Ah, there I go. All right.
Nice. Oh my god.
The first thing I saw was the Phoenix there. 5 successes. That's at all, is it?
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
my
good.
God.
Okay, I'll reroll.
You're already at 10.
I'm gonna cry into my beer.
Okay, so that's...
You wanted it over fast.
And
Yeah,
damage
I
and
did.
intense.
I mean, it's almost a bit.
Yes, I spent a momentum
Of course,
to
you
add the vicious +1, so that would be 12 damage.
Well,
do. Of damage.
Yeah.
He already was quite wounded from the avalanche. He then had a further wound from the attack. So that is enough to finish him. It is almost a bit too easy. I had high hopes for this guy. Anyway, you manage to finish off this ape. And as you do, and with his dying breath, sort of there is a magic energy being dispersed from it. You're not quite sure why that would. That just happened because it looks cool. And you can almost feel like there is a vibration going through the air, and you hear that the shouts of the apes down in the valley are getting panicky. In the very moment that this chap here expires. And the Turanians, you can see that from the side of the mountain, are basically running through the ranks of these apes, which previously were giving them really some trouble because they were very strong and good fighters and agile and pulling people off their horses and so on. But that has turned the tide of the battle. And some of them, the apes, escape into the mountains, but mainly they basically chase it.
So there was some type of spell of emboldenment or something along those lines.
You
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Blessing
Some
of Hanuman.
Some connection of giving instructions, giving courage, giving energy, something like that. Protection. A spell of emboldening, I like it. Probably nowhere in the rulebook, but I like it. So, what happens afterwards? What's the epilogue?
Should we go and check his lair? Could have something there. Treasures untold. Magic artifacts. Prisoners.
Yeah, we didn't
Books.
find the artifact Namila mentioned, did we?
No, we didn't find
Or
the
was
artifact.
that staff and book we recovered?
You have a book, you have a staff, artifact. Now, actually, it mentions it, but it only mentions it as there is an artifact somewhere. It doesn't say what it is. And I think it's meant to be sort of a clue that you're looking for the guy rather than...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I'm not going to give you the D20 level of experience. So the epilogue here is... The epilogue is basically the following. You have fought and defeated this ape. You have helped the Zuigirs. Now they will actually remember this. You have basically helped them. You have thwarted some of the efforts of the Turanians because they were trying to hunt down these rebels, and you certainly delayed that, whatever that outcome is. So you've helped the rebels. The Turanians don't know about it unless you tell them. The role I did for Moatas was he didn't tell them by mistake. There was no complication. So he did actually have a decent job there. You have made some friends. You don't have a clue whether you're ever going to see them again, these rebels. But at least you held true maybe to some of your ideals, your principles. You didn't steal any people. You didn't enslave anybody, so that's useful.
Oh, yep.
Surviving man-apes scatter and retreat back into the mountain. So, I'm supposed to give you fate points. I think that's D20 as well, isn't it?
No idea what faint points are.
I don't fate.
Fate.
That's not in this
Fortune
game,
now.
is it?
It's not normal D20.
Fortune.
It's the old Mongoose Publishing. So that means, depending on how you want to play this out with the Turanians now, you just tell me that, and then I'll tell you how it goes. What are you going to tell the Turanians? Now, Moatas said to them, the apes are descending, we need to defeat them. Battle now. And we didn't find any of the rebels here. That's what you said, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I think we'll keep it that story, won't we? We defeated the ape leader, but we found no evidence of the rebels.
Yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You hold to that. So he basically says that you were very capable scouts, and he then holds the honorable service. He basically says towards Satabus, if you want to go back to him, he's saying that you were capable and useful, and that he says this is the sort of cooperation we need to defeat these rebels in our borderlands here. So he's
Happy to help again.
Happy to help. Which means you're going to get a little bit of reward from Satabus, certainly, because he's pleased to hear that if you return to him, that is. And I'm going to give you some experience points. Now, not as many as it says for the D20 version, because it's like twice as much. But what does it say for experience in the rulebook? Does anybody know?
It says between 100 to 300 per game session.
It says 100 to 300 per game session, 4 hours. Now, we don't have a 4-hour game session.
We had 2 sessions,
did
didn't
two
we?
sessions.
Two sessions. And between them, it's more than 4 hours. So I'm going to go for 300 experience points for you, rather than the 1,000 you would have had otherwise.
Yeah,
And
1,000 is too much. Yeah.
I think that you probably get something like... Last time I gave you 10 gold.
Let me quickly.
Oh, I didn't spend it.
I'm going to give you 3 gold apiece from Prince Satabus, and you have proven yourself as a worthy ally of Khorajan. So I never remember. This game has something like renown as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called.
It's
Called
renowned.
Renown.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is actually called Renown.
And there's also social standing.
Yes. So, but
So-
standing was a difference, Bobby?
I don't recall.
Oh, okay. You lose 50 experience points for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Your renown goes up by 1 as well. All right. So,
So
well
we-
done.
So
Well done.
3 gold. Well, now I understand why I'm super rich. I've got 15 gold now.
You are super
Yeah,
rich.
but 19.
Are those 3 gold pieces before or after taxes, aka upkeep?
upkeep.
No,
Upkeep,
is
yes.
separate.
That
This
would
is
be
before upkeep.
Before upkeep.
Before upkeep.
Before upkeep. So you return to Khorajan. You have helped allay this. At some point, I might actually build these rebels back in, depending how it works. But I think that is actually a good moment to draw the curtain over our scene today. You return to, let me just put Khorajan back up, because it's a nice map.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say, I would have to look up who made it, but this is actually from ArtStation. This is
Beautiful.
from a real beautiful artist. I keep using this one for Conan because it's great for this sort of style.
Yeah.
So, and I hope that you had an enjoyable evening with it.
Yeah.
You felt suitably horrified, suitably heroic.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Glad to hear. And then I'm going to say goodbye to the stream. Now, we should be back, what did we say, in 2 weeks' time?
Yep.
Yeah.
And things going as I'm
Fourth,
hoping them to, that means that we are going to start Shadow of the Sorcerer.
Yeah,
We
roll
will
that
probably start a little bit with things like spending experience or whatever, or unless we do that between sessions. And then we're going to shift our scene to Missantia. Yeah, and in Conan, we go from scene to scene with a cut rather than with, let's do 5 weeks of overland travel and roll every quarter day.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
Yeah, that's just not.
that's not Conan. So, thank you very much for those who were watching or will be watching. Thank you especially to my players. I really had a good night today. And we'll stay on the stream a little bit, but our watchers, our spectators, they can go away and do something else now. So, thanks. No, go and wave.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.